Hi, thanks for looking in. In this video, a reading very shortly, but first let's take a look outside in Merlin's garden. So the chickens are happy, even though it's starting to look like the end of summer. In fact, it's looking very like the end of summer. We've still got the artichokes growing behind there, but I'll come down in front here. You can see, just get lined up there. I think the potato patch has just about had it for this year. They're not looking happy. And all the cauliflowers and stuff have been dug up, and most of them have been eaten, which is good. So in this video we'll do a 5-card pick-a-card with the Starman Tarot. Let's go in, let's get on the table and let's get down to it. So here we go, 5 cards from the amazing Starman Tarot by David De Angelis, never sure how to pronounce his name because it's got an E on it, and Esther De Angelis. They made artwork for David Bowie, so you do actually see some artwork that might look a bit familiar in this deck. Very powerful energy. So guys, the thing to do is pick a card, okay, or maybe pick all 5, pick 3 of them, pick 2 of them, pick 4 of them. It's entirely up to you. You know the numerology and you can be your own psychic. That's what this channel is really all about. So which card have you picked, friends? Let me know what you picked and how you got on in the comments down below. It is always good to know. But I've had a good shuffle and here are the 5 cards. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And let's turn over card number 1 and see what we've got. The Two of Cups. Beautiful, brightly coloured card here. Now, there's always a coming together of energies in the Two of Cups. It can be a romantic relationship, can be a new job, but it's going to be something that's significant in your life. And we've got this amazing mix of colours going on here. This is a reminder that everyone has their own colours, as it were, their own ways, their own things that they'll bring to a relationship. And sometimes it's looking good and then the energies come together and there's something you didn't quite expect in there. But that is what life is all about, really, isn't it, when you think about it? So this looks like quite an intense relationship that's beginning here, possibly a long-term relationship, and it's easy to assume that that means a romantic relationship. And if that was your question, that's almost certainly what we're looking at here. But it can be any sort of relationship, so bear in mind this is about the potential of a relationship, hence all the colours coming together here. And it's about making a new direction, which is always what's going to happen when energies come together. We've smashed through this turquoise wall here, and there are many other colours in the card, but the turquoise is the feeling of truth, and it can change your paradigms, it can change your whole view of life when a new relationship comes in. But if you've ever met someone you really click with and you can't understand why, you just click with that person, then you'll know exactly what this card is all about. It's that spark of excitement when some part of your soul recognizes a kindred spirit, recognizes someone you can get on with. And it's the flow of life. The flow of life is always bringing us these amazing new things. And just because that connection is there doesn't mean it's going to blossom into something more, but there's always something there when you meet another person, when you come into a new situation. It always makes a difference of some kind. It might not be the difference you were expecting, but things are going to change. There's a duplicity, isn't there? Because it is the number 2. And in numerological terms, that journey is moving. It might be early in the journey, but that journey and that energy is moving and there's no stopping it. So, you know, there's definitely something worth looking into here. And so, you know, use your eyes, use your ears, use all 10 of your senses. I'm sure we've got many more than just 5 senses, or many more than even the 6th sense that we talk about when we're being psychic. Use all of those centers in the situation. This relationship does not have to be with another person. I can't emphasize that enough. It can be employment, it can be with a group, it can be a new interest, it could be meeting a new reader, finding a new author that you get on with. Well, but there's union, there's partnership, there's connection. Maybe there's falling in love. Maybe this is love at first sight, but it's all about harmony, kindred spirit, attraction, and dare I say it, maybe even romance. So there's the Two of Cups, and this is a great way to start a reading because the potential is massive here. It is only number 2 in the suit of cups, so there is a journey to be had, and let's explore that journey some more, friends. What have we got for card number 2? Ooh, let's turn this one over. Ace of Swords, very powerful, very alchemical, and the Swords energy always involves a lot of thinking, but that's certainly going to happen if you've just been through the Two of Cups thing. Beautiful colours in this, very fiery looking for a sword card too. Moving on from the water sign energy. Yes, the element of water with the cups, of course, because that's what you fill cups with. You also fill cups with your desires. That's what they're all about. It's the things you want to bring into being in this life. And there's always a good reason why we have these desires, why we have these longings. But the swords, as fiery as this card looks, of course, it's air sign energy, but you do need air to blow on a fire to really make it go. So it's all part of the alchemy. This is a very alchemical kind of card, as is always the case with the swords, and it's coming out of this very pink higher heart chakra colour that we've got here, surrounded with the wateriness and surrounded with the purple of healing, the gold of fire. So all the elements are at work here, as much as this is an air sign card, and this is showing a realization. There's always some thinking going on with the swords, big thinking, and this is a realization, something that's going to change your way of thinking, really. This could be the answer to a problem, the answer to a prayer even, or an insight that broadens your horizons and actually allows you to find new answers in other places, new answers deep within your own soul. And that is so often where the answers to the big questions lie, very deep and almost buried within the human soul. But this card says that the answers are coming. These things are coming out. This could change your world. It's certainly going to change your part of the world. If you pick this card, that is what's going on. It's a gift, but it's important to use that gift gently. This is a sword after all, and we don't always associate swords with being gentle because they are there to cut through the crap as much as anything. But you can see this one hasn't been used in anger for quite a long time. It is very much lit up, and it is a very powerful looking sword, but it's kind of rusty here, and that doesn't matter. You know, it's gone rusty because it's only been used in the gentlest of ways, and that is what really has actually lit it up. And this is how the sword is going to light up your situation, the Ace of Swords. But use it gently, you know, tread carefully on the earth and think about the hearts and the minds of the other people in your life, the other people who are involved in whatever this situation relates to. So there we go. And that, friends, brings us on to card number 3. This one's going to be the heart of the matter. This one's really going to shed some light on where the whole reading is going. So let's turn this over. Let's see what we've got. And it's the King of Wands. We'll bring it in close for you to have a look there. Wands. Now this actually is the fire at last. Fire element, the fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius and Aries, closely associated with this card. And there are sparks of light turning into beams of lightning, you know, bolts of lightning, I should call them really, shouldn't I? And we've got something going on down here in these. They look like, cognac glasses, rum glasses, something like that. So there is the necessity to actually scrutinize things carefully. These glasses are that shape, so you can swirl it round, you can warm the liquid up in your hand, you can smell it, you can really get to know it. And it's important because the King of Wands is really, well, he's a king, so he's very much in charge of things, and something is coming to life in these glasses and up here too. It almost looks like a baby in the womb, so we're looking at birthing ideas into the world with this card. This guy is a man of mystery, or a character, a person of mystery in your life, and this is where mystery turns into something real. So the Ace of Swords energy and the Two of Cups energy play into this very well. They relate so strongly together. Look at all these colours though, and look at all this lightning, like I said a minute ago, going off all over the place. Really, really powerful energy, and he's a bit of a show-off, this King of Wands, and he likes to kind of share his skills a little bit, but you always have to work something out for yourself here. This is something to get that sword going in your mind and actually work out what you're going to do about this amazing new energy that's coming into being here. He's not bothered about details. This is where you forget the details and you just focus on the big picture and start getting things done. Come up with an exciting new idea. If you've come up with an idea like that, or if you can come up with an idea like that, the sense of adventure that goes with that actually goes with this card too. But whatever you do, take advantage, I guess, of the opportunities that come up. The opportunity might not come in at exactly the same moment as you picked this card and you watched this video, but it's coming, and it's important to make the most of it. You might never get such a strong chance again. They say good ideas have a shelf life, so make the most of those good ideas and travel, as far as you can with those good ideas, because it's all about bringing these creatures here out. This is birthing your new ideas. This is actually making them happen. And because it's the King of Wands, there is a great deal of energy there behind the whole idea of making things happen. And there's an authority figure who can help you with it. You might have to turn to someone. Someone might just turn up. There's certainly a lot of happenstance always with the tarot. That's how it works, actually. You just never know. But there's an authority figure who can help you for sure. Someone who can make that decision. It appeals to the decision maker in you as well. It's very powerful, and it's worth remembering your experience at this point as well. Looking for adventure. Well, adventure's coming in if you're looking for it. And if you love new ideas, this is the card for you, and this is where the journey is taking you. So, pretty exciting, the King of Wands, and this is the heart of the matter, that's what all the other cards in this reading are relating to, one way or another. You get a new adventure when someone new comes into your life. You get a new adventure when there's a lot of thinking going on, when there are decisions to make, and you certainly get a lot of adventure with the King of Wands. Now then, I should imagine we're going to get another new angle on the whole thing of fresh adventures when we turn this one over, so let's do it. What have we? The Nine of Pentacles. Right, so we're into the Pentacles Earth energy here, the element of Earth. The signs Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, the Earth signs, really associated with this card. And it's a Pentacles card. And the 5 points of the Pentacles are all about earth, air, fire and water, coming together, working together under the control of the divine, and the divine is always in charge. So 9 of Pentacles, a great deal of abundance here, close to the end of the Pentacles journey. But this character is looking kind of distracted. There's the amazing bat flying here, and there are these plumes of turquoise smoke, plumes of truth coming off the pentacle, and it's made the character, I'm not sure if this is a man or a woman, I guess it doesn't matter really, this character is basically you if you drew this card, if you chose this card, and it's just stop and think, really, what is this new truth that is blowing in the wind here? The answers are always blowing in the wind, and the truth is blowing in the wind too, but you've got to kind of separate the two out and work on that in your own mind. Decide what you think about it. Now, there's a reminder here that something might have got left behind, and that's another reason to stop and think, really, because there's a lot of forward motion, a lot of progress showing in this reading so far, and I dare say card number 5 is going to be no different. But think about, what is good, what is positive in the past, because that links to the possibilities of the future. It's never good to just dismiss the past. It's old news for sure, but it happened to teach you something. Whatever's happened in the past was some kind of lesson, and it's worth hanging on to those lessons. It really is. You might feel quite alone if you've pulled this card, really. There's a chance that you've surrounded yourself with wonderful things all to do with progress. But like I was saying, you've got to think of the past, really. You might like living a solitary life, but we aren't living on a solitary planet. There are always other people, and the ripples of our actions spread out and do involve other people. So we need some self-discipline here, and that goes with self-confidence, If you have too much self-discipline about a thing, you'd maybe never get out of bed. So self-confidence is important too. It's individual achievement, something you can do that no one else can do, and we're all born into this world with something we can do better than anybody else, even though there are so many billions of people in the world. Each one of us has a unique gift, and that's why it's so important not to hold yourself back and not to isolate yourself too much, really. Great material wealth goes with this card because it is a Pentacles card, and there's a lot of protection with the Pentacles as well. If you visualize yourself right in the center space of this pentacle, you've got all the different elements and the divine all around you protecting you, and so there's no problem really coming out of your shell and being around other people and actually spreading this wonderful idea, spreading this wealth of possibilities around so that it actually beams into other people's lives. And if we come back to the King of Wands and these gestating things in the glasses here, these are like ideas that you can birth into the world. And there's not much point birthing an idea into the world if you then keep it to yourself. So your security is sorted out. You are safe. If you need to be in a place of solitude, that is absolutely fine, but do blow that truth out into the world. Do make it available to the world, to all the other people and to all the other energies around you, because they are around you for a reason, most certainly. Okay, so what have we got for card number 5 here? Let's find out. Let's find out. 8 of Wands. Wow, more action, fast-moving action. Action that we can't really do anything about. We can't do anything to stop. Let's have a closer look at it. Very, very powerful colour. And one of the things about this sort of purple and pink montage that we've got going on in this card is that they are actually very, very bright in terms of the way we perceive those colours, although they're not as bright as the brilliant gold flames that we see all over the wands here. But this is it, things that you wouldn't think were actually all that powerful very often are, and you've only to look at the colours in this card to realise that slight darkness is really making the ideas pop. It's really making things happen. And there's this amazing golden pyramid at the side here, pointing up. So it's upward motion, onwards and upwards. It's forward motion as much as anything. Forward motion is going to make things happen much more quickly than you might anticipate. If you've been hoping for really fast action on something, then it's coming in for sure. But the chances are it's really going to sweep you off your feet and things are going to go a lot faster than you expect. And of course, there's a potential for chaos there as well. But that chaos never really comes out, not with the 8 of Wands. It just becomes a concern. But things always reach their logical conclusions. Usually they're happy conclusions, and this is where the positive thinking needs to come in. And remember, we've got the Ace of Swords here for strong positive thought, and that's really important because you've got to look on the bright side. This is very fast moving energy, and it creates an opportunity for you to throw a wrench in the works, throw a spanner in the works if you're in UK. And if things are moving in a direction that you don't want them to move in, all you've got to do is get in the way of one thing and the rest of it will fall apart. So I'm saying there's nothing you can do about it. Well, there's nothing you can do to really stop the energy finding its positive goal, but you can control it that way to make sure it finds a goal that works for you, that works in your life and works for the other people around you. There's a certain amount of risk here because there is chaos involved in it, and so in many ways there's no way to predict the outcome, which is nuts because it is the outcome card in in this reading, but the outcome is always pointing to the next stage of the journey. I think I say that in every reading I do, actually, because that's what outcomes are all about. The end never really comes. Even when we reach the end of our worldly lives, of our existence in this earth, we go on to the other side of life. So there is always more to come. Life is an eternal thing, and the journey of the soul is an eternal thing. So this is a very fast journey. This is events being set in motion, maybe travel, something like that, but it's always communication, always something new coming. And things are running pretty smoothly with this as well. And you know, what results do you expect? It's worth thinking about that, because it's what you expect that really draws in the future. So think as positively as you possibly can with this card. Okay, so that, my friends, is today's reading. I hope you got a lot out of this. I certainly got a lot out of doing it. And, you know, it comes to you from the Garden of Merlin in the ancient woodlands of West Wales, United Kingdom. Merlin is kind of one of my spirit guides in a way. But, you know, Merlin is everybody's spirit guide in so many ways, because Merlin, like anybody on the other side, is not physically limited. They can be in more than one place at once. So call on your guides, call on Merlin if you want to, because you have been drawn to this reading from the Garden of Merlin, and make the most of this amazing energy. It's very powerful energy here. And if this is your first time with the Starman Tarot, you may have found this deck rather amazing. I certainly do. I've had it quite a while now, and it still amazes me every time I read from it. I'm reading from this deck all this week on 60-second tarot. That's something I put out every day. Just a one card, very quick, very mini reading for 60 seconds out on YouTube every day, and it is going to be this deck all this week. So stay tuned, hit the subscribe button. There are more readings coming all the time, and don't forget to drop a like on it, which I think I'm going to say in the outro, because I'll probably forget what I've just said. So I hope you've enjoyed that reading, and I hope you've enjoyed this visit to Merlin's garden in the ancient woodlands of Wales, United Kingdom. Please drop a like on this video if you've enjoyed it, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because there are more videos coming up all the time, and that way you'll get a notification when there's a video or when there is a live stream, of which there are 3 a week, and I would love to welcome you along to those. Meanwhile, take good care of yourselves, friends, be good to each other, and I'll see you again in a future video. Love to you, light to you, blessings, and peace.